Makes no sense. You guys hear stuff. It's just too great. But it's sticking up a little bit.
Oh, is it? So, that's just because I'm a bum.
Oh,
This is an
Every article on the pool, I never was supposed to be on.
I'm just trying to get this word. No, subject matter.
I ain't gonna put it. That's what my point is.
Stuff.
If I start talking,
I'm just
I'm thinking, yeah, exactly.
But in the process.
You said that was I was just sitting here talking about
Nelly. Wait. Nelly. The fuck is this?
She wrote stuff on there. Oh wow! Why would you ever do that?
shit.
No, she drew some explicit pictures. That you'll see.
Oh my
when we
God.
show you the word. But
I want to show you the word.
wait, are there two? Or is just one?
No, too. I just write them
I
on
only did
separate
all
papers just in
one.
case. Because some people, like, you never know who's gonna write a lot.
What are the words?
You know.
Can't say that yet. My thumb really hurts.
Just their thumb.
It's just my thumb.
Yeah.
I was like, I was sparring. So, I feel like it's like popped out and popped back in. One of those hurts.
One of those hurts. Yeah. One of those pains.
Yeah, no bone comes out and comes back in. Terrible.
I could do that on my shoulder.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
I wish I could do it. I got out of so many like strangleholds from my brother.
Bad.
Kids. Wow.
It just hangs here and then I pop it back in. Ew. She said, ew.
You can do it without touching it? Just cool.
He just did it.
I can
I
hear
heard
it.
it.
Oh.
Yeah, it's weird.
Which direction do you push? You push backwards? You push out?
I don't know. It's like a like my like my body. They both kind of like 50-50. It's like a mutual agreement.
What? I'm so
Listen, I don't have my shoulder near the phone.
You're right. I'm trying to do it. I'm like trying to think how am I gonna do it?
doing it.
I'm like 50-50. I don't know which way do I focus. Both ways.
I don't know. It is both ways, but it's like
What's going forward? What's going backwards? Is your arm going backwards? And like
my arm goes backward. Maybe it's just like a stationary thing. I don't know.
station?
My arm kind of goes, and then my body never moves. Apparently, I couldn't tell you, bro. I was just born this way. I'm pretty sure. I don't know.
I kind of want to go break my shoulder real quick.
I think that's how it happened. I broke my arm when I was a baby, so I think ever since then I've just been super.
Broke my arm.
Yeah, I rolled out the crib.
Yo, what?
Oh my God.
Are these the general questions?
Should be.
Right? Well, we are live, so.
I mean, well, yeah, they
Yeah.
listening to you.
That's a lot. Yeah, I rolled out the crib. It was funny. I mean, I wouldn't know. It was a baby.
Good job.
I'll let the song play real quick.
Y'all play music over it? Like it's actually.
Yeah. I mean, well, the music that's on here has to be updated, but essentially,
I think that playlist is updated. No, that's a dope setup.
Yeah, I was surprised on first night too.
I was surprised I
never
even
knew it was
had
here.
one until I started taking classes, and then next thing I know,
So whose idea was it to do this show?
my
That's what's up. What made you do that? See, I don't ask you the question.
Well, for one of my classes, is radio production, and he had a job opening for as a work study to do be a radio assistant or whatever. And I was like, I'm about to do this, whatever, it's something to do. And so when I did it, he was like, well, part of your job is to make a show or whatever. So I was like, boom, I'm gonna do poetry and I'm gonna have rappers come in because that's like kind of the same thing. And then it just kind of branched out from there. Where
That's what's up. There.
one conversation led to like a whole.
Like everything happened within like an hour, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like,
Just start talking.
I work for the radio station, blah, blah. And then he was like, word, that's crazy because blah, blah. And then now we here 2 months later.
2 months. It was like in the middle of January.
Almost there.
Oh no, it's the end of March. Technically.
No,
No, oh, you're right.
it's to the beginning of April. That's when he said. Right.
I'm glad.
Where no, I probably should do that. I'm gonna just let it rock. I'm gonna hear it if it sounds crazy. So I'll just like this.
I don't even know what to do about this.
Right, like I don't know.
Imagine you got them in.
I'm not think that it's different.
Right, it's different sizes. Why would you do that?
I didn't know you was gonna flip it over to see it. It was supposed to be a surprise.
I was still like, I was trying to see what the word was gonna be to like, I don't know, because I'm nosy.
Good afternoon, I'm Rain Russell, and this is Spoken Word Hour with WBCR Bloomfield College Radio. If you didn't already know, on this show I interview talented poets and rappers and then allow them to showcase their talents for all of you. Today on the show I have a rapper by the name of
Mari.
And I also have my co-host.
Yo, what's up?
How are you guys?
Sure.
So I have a couple questions for Mari here.
What's up?
What is the significance behind your name, if there is any?
It's just my name. Like my full name's Omari Nicholas. My last name, I can say my last name. But I used to do Omari Nicholas just because it was like, I don't know. I heard an interview with Kendrick Lamar and he said he always used his first and middle name because like it saves people from knowing your whole government, but it keeps you true to yourself. And then we started doing a lot more like all these cool nicknames, and then I just have Omari Nicholas and it's too official. So I had to like take it down a notch, I guess. I'm gonna work my way back up to my whole name one day, but right now I feel like Mari is just easier to promote.
Yeah, it's definitely easy, just like, right.
Yeah, but I don't know, because we don't run into the problem too where there's other artists named Mari, because it's just simple.
Right.
Not really worried.
I mean, well, you started it up, so.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. Someone might already have it claimed. Have bigger plans for it.
Hopefully not. And how old are you?
19. I'll be 20 in October.
Oh, wow. I'm surprised.
Why am I Libra or Scorpio?
Scorpio.
Scorpio.
Why, what are you?
I'm 21.
How are you?
I am 20.
20.
Oh, man. Young. She's young, but
I'm not here. And where are you from?
I'm from the Poconos, Pennsylvania.
I've never been
I'm so
there.
bored, bro. That's why I make music, because there's nothing else to do. Walk outside and you just want to walk back inside.
Wow.
It's got a view.
Barely. It's like, all right, so they call it the mountains, and like, if you're in the mountain, you're like, there's nothing for you because you're in the middle of all these mountains. But if
Okay.
you get like a good spot, then yeah, you have a view. But other than that, you don't got much going for you.
No,
No, it's just a bunch of like,
Wow.
that's a tree.
yeah, a lot of trees and wasted time.
That
Yikes.
sounds
Sounds depressing.
That is something.
My life will not stay still. That didn't do it.
He's a wife.
Oh, yeah. Well said. Or if you sit on top of
Yeah.
Okay. What made you get into music? Well, I guess.
It's a lot though. My whole family's always been musically involved. My uncle lives in Oregon. He owned a recording studio. Like when I was probably like ages like 12 to 15, I used to live like right next door to it, so I'd always be there. I grew up going to the studio with my uncles and my father in Philadelphia because they were all rappers. They never did nothing crazy, but I mean, they're still hip hop. Like they got what they wanted out of it, but yeah. So I was just pretty much always around it, and eventually I just kind of started writing. I started writing the beats, and then that's pretty much just kind of did itself.
That's good. That's good. Exposure young.
Yeah, I used to play like instruments and stuff.
Oh.
Like I used to drum in a like school band,
Mhm.
and then I taught myself how to play like a drum set. And then I used to want to be in a band, and then I like got back into DMX in like 5th grade, and that kind of like got me back on the hip hop wave. And then ever since then, I've just been writing.
So what was schools like in the Poconos?
Like I said, boring, time wasting. I don't know. Everyone knows everyone, so you can't really do anything.
Yeah. So it's small.
Yeah, really small. I actually left school like beginning of my junior year, I think. Yeah, and I stopped going to public school. I started doing cyber because there was just too many distractions, too many people like doing their own stuff. You know,
Yeah.
I decided to separate myself, and I had some personal stuff going on too, so I decided to take a step back.
Yeah. How would you describe your music style?
I don't know. Whenever, so that's kind of hard. Like we don't really, when we get in the studio, we don't really have like a set idea. Like for the last like 2 weeks, they've all been trying to get me on this wave where it's like, yo, we need Omari's sound. Like we need to know what Omari sounds like. When you hear Omari's song, you need to know that that's Omari. And I'm just like, bro, like I feel like the best stuff we've done is when we got in and we just didn't think about it. So I feel like to like try to describe what we want, try to describe what we're going for, try to describe what it is, it's just a waste of time for us. Because we've done so many different things over the past couple of years. And it's just at this point, like I'm kind of confident there's not really anything we can't do. It's just a matter of if we're like in the mindset to do it.
Right.
Because we have R&B, we've got straight rap, we've got trap, we've got jazz fusion, we've got rock.
Yeah, that's a healthy combo.
Yeah, I mean, I work with a lot of different producers,
Okay.
and I try to stay true to my producers. So we have a lot of repetitive stuff in terms of like genres.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why like I don't really release a lot because I like to wait until we get enough out that I can kind of go through and pick like a good mixture of sounds.
Yeah.
So that like we don't have like a 10-track EP where everything is R&B or hip hop. You know what I mean?
Right.
You want to make sure like there's just so many textures, just so many styles. So I don't really like to put myself in a box when it comes to that.
Okay. Don't box yourself. Okay. Who inspires you both musically and in general?
Definitely Nas, Kendrick Lamar. I listen to like a lot of like indie bands like Dredge, Pink Floyd, not indie, just Pink Floyd, The Doors, Lupe Fiasco, definitely DMX. I don't know, like people like Floyd Mayweather, just because he's confident. I don't know, I could go on. A lot of people inspire me. I've actually been trying to like break away from that though. I'm just trying to like not inspire myself, but keep myself going.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. I feel like a lot of my versatility in my music has come from listening to so many people and wanting to sound like them.
Yeah.
Now I have to like kind of take away from wanting to sound like them and just do different things. You know what I mean? Just try to put myself into it more and not really like focus on who made me want to do it. You know what I mean?
Right. I think that's one of the hardest things to do as a person in music,
It's so hard.
just because everybody has so many different sounds and you don't want to sound like everybody else.
Yeah, I used to hear like every track. I mean, I still hear Kendrick Lamar and like Eminem, and then I heard like Frank Ocean once, and that made no sense to me. And then I just hate it. I hate that. I don't know. I mean, a lot of people say it's like complimentary, like a nice thing to say about someone.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
I don't feel like it is. I just feel like I have to change it and just be alright.
Yeah, I agree.
She always does this.
Who or what keeps you motivated?
My team for sure, because they work too hard for me to not go harder for them.
Mm-hmm.
My mom, being able to put her in a good place because we struggled our whole. I mean, I've watched her struggle her whole life, and I was right there with her. So just to be able to get her out of that would be one of my most satisfying feelings. My family in general, both because they don't believe in me and because I just want to be able to give back to them too because they've done so much.
Mm-hmm. But when I'm trying to get it out, I mean, my son, I have a kid.
I'll continue.
I was just looking like,
You got a
okay,
kid?
Yeah.
You got a kid?
Yeah,
Like a kid that
that's
not to be explicit in the mic, but that came from like the seed. This is the seed.
Nah, it's not my seed biology, but I mean, like,
okay.
you feel me?
I was like,
No, I mean, that's like kind of the situation I had to step away from school for,
okay.
but there's a lot more background to it. There's a lot more background to it. I'm not really gonna get into.
Yeah, no.
But long story short, yeah. Yeah, he's my son. You know.
Okay. I respect that. It just caught me off guard.
Too much. But I won't shy away from answering.
When did you start performing?
Wow. I mean, I don't know, because if you ask me, it doesn't really count. I played like the same venue like 6 times on Main Street in my area, the Sherman Showcase, and like I like it and it's cool for learning and stuff. But there's only so much you could do when you're in the same spot, like twice a year, 3 times a year. Everyone gets used to it, and it's like either okay, you did good last time, so we're all gonna show up, or okay, we saw you already, so why would we come again?
Right.
You know what I mean? So, but probably like 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago was my first actual performance, and then I don't know. I haven't really done like my first like real one where I'm gonna get off stage and be like, damn, like that was kind of crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But like we definitely had some really good nights of just performing for people. But they're not like crazy, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like 100, 200 people, 300 people max. It's just I gotta like I want more. You know what I mean? So I'm only gonna recognize it as so much as we make our way up, you know.
Okay. So how do you feel when you are performing though? Like how's your interaction with the crowd?
I used to be really nervous and I used to look like a fool. Like when I got used to it and I realized that it's just like the best way to look at it, I feel like, is like, all right, so you can get on stage and you can act nervous the whole time you're on stage and it's gonna reflect in your performance.
Right.
But as long as you practice and you're just the artist you should be, if you're confident, then you can't really like hinder yourself, if that makes sense. Like you can't get up there and start, I don't know. And then even if you're confident, like, when you mess up, like you have to just keep going. Like, I don't know, I just stopped being nervous about it probably a year ago. And I just kind of started getting up there and do it, you know. And as soon as I kind of like figured that out for myself, it was really easy to control the crowd, get really good interaction with them, get good reactions out of them, and it's like it's the best feeling, honestly. I never like noticed. I used to think I'd made music because when you hear it back, you're feeling like you're thinking about the song, and then now you're playing it in front of you. But then I performed, and I was like, nah, this is definitely the best feeling about this. Like, this is crazy. The energy. I'd be driving around my town. I'll drive by the venue, and I'll just be like, I want to perform again. Man. This is
Yeah. Okay, so I want to play a game with you now.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, there's multiple.
This is called the Spoken Off the Top Challenge. You will get 5 minutes and or 10 if you think you're bold.
There's kids that do 10.
It's people who have done 10.
Ooh,
person.
Ethan Ross.
I want to talk to these kids.
This is where this actually came from.
Yeah, I saw it in the last interview. Yeah, definitely want to talk to these kids. It's about to ruin my career. Where do you start?
Yeah, so do you want a topic or you just want to go for it?
I mean, if it's going to be off the top, if I'm going to have to be genuine about this, then yeah, I'd like a topic.
Okay. Ikea,
Maybe a topic.
we're going to give them a topic.
Oh man.
Talk to you, Andy, wrong.
Man. Let's do it. Let's go with fruit.
Fruit.
Let's go with fruit. Just any fruit off the top of your head.
No, I would have done better.
You probably would have done better.
But okay.
Damn.
When you say fruit, you want me to talk about fruit, or you kind of just start with a fruit? Never touch on the topic fruit again.
Just like, I don't know, pick a fruit. You can either start with a fruit, or you can like pick a fruit and rhyme with that. Like, I don't know, just fruit.
Wow.
Yeah, you can do a lot.
I gotta go
Yeah.
off the top and be clean. I can't even fill syllables with ignorant words. All right.
Right, that'd be helping people a lot.
And I'm gonna be like Melly. You seen the Melly interview where he's
Yeah.
You ready?
Yeah.
Oh, you started?
You want me to start it over?
Yeah. I mean, you can keep going.
Wait. All right, I'm starting over.
Kill some sound.
All right.
I'm gonna say mango. I want to see my mains go far. My team, we go hard in the paint. I don't care about this. I'm just trying to work away, trying to get away from all these snakes in the face. I ain't used to this. I rock a crucifix, and now I'm just kidding. I don't believe in that. Now I don't believe in religion. I don't freestyle much, but when I do it for my crew. It's whack. give me a couple seconds to figure this out. I really don't do this often. When I do, I put these rappers. The top dog isn't often. Damn. I just might often, meaning me, if I don't get this stuff perfect easily. I'm trying to write these rhymes like Easy E. I'm trying to write it like Busta Rhymes for the time being. I'm off the top with these rhymes I'm seeing. I grab the mic, MIC, when I might see something I don't even like, but I keep it going, keep it put. Homies who be packing tools with. Yeah, that's. Oh, what's a bad word? It's an embarrassment. These rhymes I handle them when I'm on air with them. Yo, it's hot, bro. Oh, you don't have time.
You down to 256.
Oh, that's easy. I thought it's okay. I'm gonna just count with it. My time's stricken. If I don't do this right, then I'll get a dime licking. I don't even know what I'm doing when I flow. I just go off the top of the dome and hope it go. hope it go viral. I take my time. You don't gotta see what I do often, but when I do notice, I be getting nauseous. If I'm on a track, I be flowing like it's cautious. I be saying words like I don't know all them. Yeah, I be. I might get a run, but if I stop, then you know that I'm gonna get it done. I spit a 16. Yeah, I said that ish was fun. You know this. Damn.
No, I'm just want to see how long it's gonna go for.
I'm just go there.
1 minute and 45.
I'll do it. I'll finish it.
No, back on.
We back on with it. I'm back on spitting written and with these rhymes that you know old kicking. That's Omari for you. Mari for short, because these homies want to rhyme and I gotta play up the sport with them. Yeah, I'm a team player. Yeah, you know it. All of these haters, they be flowing. All these. I'm the worst rapper alive. They gonna fry me. Nigga, you ain't even go off the top. You supposed to go off the top. I'm be like, but these writtens though. Yeah, that's all I got. I'm gonna stop moving myself. Jay on here. Yeah, Jay on here. Yeah. Look at him.
I would have quit after
Yeah, I would have
10 seconds.
Keep words out and be like, no matter
The thing is, too, with the homies, I probably would have been going a little bit better. I think, like, when I'm alone free, I know it's gonna sound like I'm ass, but when I'm alone freestyling, like, it'd be wicked. Because I'll be in the car, I don't care, you know what I mean? You know, with the homies, it's like a step down. It's not as wicked. I'm trying to, like, be something I'm not because the homies is all nice.
Right.
And then when I get in front of people, it's like, I'm just gonna sit here. And if I get called on, I get called on. But until then, I don't freeze. I don't get.
No, that's really how it
good.
is. That's how
When you're alone, you don't think about it too much.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
What's the mindset? What makes you better at freestyle, looking at a song and rapping about it for 10 minutes straight? It improves your focus and you never run out of bars. Come Savage. Jersey native. Cool looks. Oh, I just left live. Yo, being so supportive. That's sweet.
Yeah, support is real.
Nah, it really is. Someone lacks out these days. Like, we got a whole chat on the mountain. I think we reached the max members. And, like, for like a good month, 2 months, it was so active. Everyone was sharing everybody's stuff. And then you eventually it becomes one-sided. Kids start falling off. Kids start not wanting to interact as much.
Yeah.
They started, like, thinking they're better than everybody. And it's just hard. It's like rappers supporting rappers is like the hardest thing to go by these days. That's why the movement is crazy. Because you go to the movement, it's like, yo, what's your Instagram? And everyone's like, yes, take my information. Like, let's become friends. Let's work together. It's really supportive. It was like Jersey changed the whole like scope of rap for me. We came out here to the movement for one night, and I was just like, damn, we in a huge ocean. Like we thought we was doing it good, and then we saw all these other people how they were doing it, and it was just like, Jersey got it. Jersey got me something together.
Right. Yeah, no, the first time I went to the movie, I was like, oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, it just makes you really be like, okay.
Yeah, I seen, yeah, and then we got drawn twice, because we kind of like cheated the raffle. We put everyone's name in, even though only some of us had stuff to perform.
Yeah.
So it was like me and Jay had like 10 chances to perform, and probably shouldn't say that.
People giving us tickets too.
What?
There were other people giving us the tickets.
Yeah, you didn't. I'm pretty sure you didn't see when Jay came up to me at the end of the show last time. He gave me like 12 tickets, and he was like, "Yo, just hope you get called." And I'm like,
I remember all these numbers.
yeah, they call the last two numbers, and me and her sitting there like flipping through. I'm like, oh my gosh. And I actually did get called. I got called, and then it took me so long to flip through the tickets and find if I had that ticket that they called another ticket.
Oh wow.
And it was the last performance. So I had to go up there and like beg Drewski to let me perform. And he's like, all right, I like you. Like you came last time and you did all right, so we don't let you go. I'm just like, oh damn, like, I feel like a chunk now. I just got it on technicality. Like.
I mean, I think it's still a good experience.
Oh no, for sure. The woman was crazy.
Yeah.
Ooh, I'm gonna smile. I've been meaning to too, but I just ain't been busy. Talking loud.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
it's okay. I've been listening to like a lot of your music. Like when I first heard about you, I was like, oh, let me just look them all. Blah, blah, blah.
Oh, the SoundCloud stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah, I need to delete that.
but you have like a lot of different flows. So like, how does that like come about?
How so? What do you mean?
Like, what's the how do you like
Come up with it?
yeah come up with that?
So I don't know. It's random. That's really all it is. Like, all right, so every time I get a beat, I probably play the beat for like a half hour and I just hum to it. It always starts with just humming. And that's just like me deciding if I want it or not. And then like some tracks kind of write themselves, like Pull. Like the first time I opened the Pull beat, probably had like a 4-bar loop out of it, and it was nothing like how it sounds in the final version. It was like a guitar and some drums.
Yeah.
So it was like a 2-layer 4-bar loop with just melodies. And like as soon as it opened, as soon as I started playing, I was like, nah. So like I didn't know how to go from there.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, this is really random. Like I kind of just let things put themselves together. Like I can't really force much.
Okay.
When I force things, I get frustrated and start like doubting myself, if that makes sense. And then like I'll go to like force music because I haven't written in that long.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll start and I'll be like, you can't force this, like the trash side. And then like weeks later, I'll like write something I never thought I was capable of. And I'll be like, all right, so maybe we're still rappers here. I'm like, maybe we can still make music.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't know. It's just like not really much thought goes into it. It just kind of comes out. If that makes sense.
Yeah. I feel like sometimes people do that, especially the most creative people. Like all the people that I know, they're like super talented, super creative, super whatever. Like they always go through that self doubt or like just beat themselves up, and then they take a break, come back, and then they explode.
Yeah, I feel like it's like it has something to do with like you want to do something so like a lot of people do something so bad,
Mm-hmm.
and then when they stop like forcing it on themselves, it frees up their mentality and it allows them to do what they've been trying to force themselves to do without even really realizing it. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Just because like it's like the second, not like second nature, but it's like what they've been trying to do for so long, and then they finally give themselves the capability to just do it subconsciously. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a big thing.
You're also like the head of Spread the Love label.
Somewhat, yeah.
So,
I keep them together. That's about it. You all in cool.
So can you tell me a little bit about how that started out and stuff?
Started off as a handshake between me, my one homie Skrilla, and my one homie Kevin. And Skrilla, we don't really mess with Skrilla anymore. And Kevin's locked up right now. So we're kind of just rocking a handshake. And as time went on, at first it was kind of just like a slogan for my like solo project. And then I started meeting more people, started wanting to work with more people. And I kind of realized like if you have the right group of people, it's a lot easier to do this than if you're trying to do it alone.
Mm-hmm.
So like Spread the Love now. I mean, I've tried to do Spread the Love a couple times with a couple different groups of people, and it's proven not able. Like just we couldn't all get on the same page.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing against them, it was just bad. Like, we couldn't. It was not compatible. But in like the last like 6 months, probably, like I think first time Jay Alyssa came out to Pennsylvania was actually the first time we met. Not everyone, but like the core. This kid Josiah, I didn't know Josiah really, but Jay said he was always talking to his kid Josiah who lived in Philly, and he showed me Josiah's page, and I was like, Josiah lives like 10 minutes away from me. It's not Philly at all. So the next thing we know, we were all in the same room, and we made like 3 tracks that day. And I had my producers over who always spread the love. And from there, we kind of just started thinking, well, this is a lot. It makes more sense to just come together and do it as a group. And like in the past, I try to kind of force it on the people I was working with, where it's like, yo, we're here, like we might as well be a group about it. But they never really wanted to have like the team mindset.
Mm-hmm.
And then I feel like with Josiah, Jay, Johnny, like there's a lot of this. I feel like a lot of that was kind of just unspoken. I mean, like right now we're kind of in like a rough patch, but it's just because
Yeah. You gotta go down before you go up.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't released anything in like 8 months, I think. And we've kind of just been getting stuff together. We got our studio that we put together. And there's a lot of like organizing, getting ourselves in the business. We don't really have to stop moving.
Yeah.
Once we start, we don't want to stop.
Right.
It's a lot easier said than done.
With that being said, what has been your most difficult challenge just as a musical artist?
Being able to write, like, I don't know myself, like, moving around a lot more and, like, trying to organize a lot more. And I don't really have enough time to, like, get alone and focus on my actual music. But I don't really stress because, like, the last 2 years, I've really done nothing but write. So now that I have all this other stuff to take care of, like trying to figure out how we're distributing music, marketing, and something. This is a lot, and it just takes away from the time that I'm actually able to work and create new stuff. But I have a lot stocked up, so I can't really like stress it. I'm just waiting for the right time to get it out there in the right way, and the right resources.
Yeah. That's good though. It's better to have all your ducks in a row before you just start going crazy.
Exactly. Well, I think like a big part of what you see happen today is like these kids blow up with tracks that they weren't ready to blow up with. So you see them do good for how long, and then their label or whatever screws them over, and you see them high and dry with nothing left to do. Like everyone wants this independent feel for their projects. And they don't realize like how much you have to do to make sure you can be independent and be safe from everybody else who's trying to get you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because honestly, when it comes to the industry, like they're just waiting for somebody that is going to show them they can make them money. You know what I mean? So the more you can show them that you can make someone else money, but you're making your own money and keeping it to yourself, that's like the better off you can do. Because it's just, as soon as you start doing good for yourself, all the big names blows up and they just get like a deer in the headlights with money and all these contracts that they don't know what they're signing. You know what I mean? The next thing you know, you got trying to think of a good example. Like Lil Uzi with his album, he just got cleared out of his deal. He had his label was screwing him for how long?
Right.
Because he blew up out of nowhere. He's young. All these kids is young. YBM, Namir. 12 he blew up. He looks like he's like 12. But this is a lot of these. To me, it just looks like these kids biting a lot more off than they can chew.
Right.
And I'm trying to make sure I can chew before I'm biting off.
Yeah.
These music become famous, but I also don't want to get sued for nothing. Like,
yeah. It's a hard life out here.
Yeah, it's so much. I'm trying to find a way to like focus more on the music, though. Find people that can handle some of the stuff for me.
So what is your own goal? Like you want to achieve with your music in your career, in your team?
I'm not good. I just want to get somewhere. I just want to like I don't know. We just want to get somewhere. At the end of the day, we don't really think about where we want to end up, just that we can't be where we're at now. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
one step at a time. I feel like if we put ourselves in the mindset of knowing where we want to get, as soon as we get there, we're gonna slack on ourselves. So we just gotta keep pushing. We don't have to worry about where we want to end up as long as we're going.
I would like that. It's called the Spoken Fine Challenge. And if you don't know about this challenge by now, it's I'll give you a word or a phrase, and then you'll have 5 minutes to create a poem or rap or whatever you want to do, and then recite it.
7 hours of time.
So
I'm gonna show my live this on the video. And I'm gonna show them who drew it. And I'm gonna tag you.
Damn, you did a lot.
There you go.
Just
I'm gonna start to see this out there.
hot fudge, something. What tastes like? Huh?
It tastes like a birthday cake.
Can I have it?
A birthday cake.
It's like birthday cake, but like more ice cream. Like a chocolate.
The worst ones I eat is cookies and cream.
Really? How many ones I got?
5 minutes. Why is that like it's like special hot chocolate?
She was the one for me. She was free, she was sex and everyone but me. This is why we can never be. This is why I just can't believe I
No. Because like, I drew a barrier. Because you know how to get fall, right? But no, I'm just saying like that's the next.
This is why I just can't with you. No. Remind me of that see your face when I look at you. When you leave all of the things people evil. This is why I just can't give it.
I'm kind of thirsty, right? Where's the gun? This one has question. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I didn't really like this one. It was okay, but it was just like everybody just overplayed it. That's
It was a It was a good song.
I like I just like
Right, this one.
no, the one, it's like the regular one, and it's the one with, Kehlani in it.
It's not that song.
What?
It's not this song.
I'm saying, like, I said I like the remix.
I thought she remixed the new that was song.
No, she was in,
Location?
yes, it was.
Wait, I think this is the. So at the end of like this
It should be
verse.
Oh,
like,
yes, okay.
You like that?
a low key moment.
It's an inside joke.
Right?
Oh man, they're trying to get on the line.
And we're back.
You're,
So, what you got going? What's the word or phrase?
that way.
Okay.
You read?
Yeah.
Alright. It was rough. I'm probably gonna get the syllables wrong. This is what be breaking backs. See, we go back and forth before just trying to tell us that I learned to cut it off if I can't love it. I can't be wasting time because these people want to act. I flip the pages, seen the worst and best through all its phases. I seen the truth and seen the lies inside these people's faces. I seen what grinding has to offer just in life, not payment. But even money helps to show you where the dead weight is. So yeah,
I like how clean cut that was.
5 minutes was a lot shorter than I expected.
Word. Every time I do this, I'll be like,
I was like, 5 minutes, I'm about to go off. For the dead weight, come on. It's gotta be 8 bars. You gotta 8 bars. Nah, that's cool. That's cool. I haven't written with my hands in like
A minute.
really?
hot minute.
Yeah.
Yeah. Headache.
That's good.
I can start.
Yeah, go ahead.
I haven't got nothing much on that.
You said what? You need motion?
No, I haven't got nothing much on.
No emotions?
Oh my God, Ray.
I was hearing everything, but
Much on it.
you got the munch on it.
Yeah. You said much?
That's it. You don't got no emotion?
Yeah, no,
I just took the emotion away.
This song is overplayed too.
Where, listen, I had a small selection. This is a long concept. It depends on how you want to go about it. Like, if you go to YouTube, you gotta do the YouTube version. Blah, blah, blah. The box on it. The box. Open the box on.
You can probably download to your phone airdrop to the video. I don't know the process.
After that, I would just have to literally drag that and just put it in there. Because it'll show up on the thing as a song. And the only thing is, I would have to get the clean version because most of the songs on there are. Yeah, like really listening to it. They all have some type of curse in it, so I would have to either tell people like send me something that clean test. I feel like everyone that I listen to has something. They at least have the S word in there. Yeah. The F-bombs.
Yeah,
Yeah, definitely. That's everybody's favorite word.
Nonetheless, like,
yeah, no. I think it's not easy to call you a pussy.
It's no one about
what about mood? Mood is
mood is the cleanest one on there.
it's like a solid beat.
Like,
Wait, AC.
That's truly
Oh, I never heard.
you have heard mood. Absolutely.
The only song I listen to him is with him and Jabri.
She was on front of the video.
Yeah.
Oh, you went here?
Really? Yeah. Paradise.
I keep thinking people do it.
Okay, all these songs, y'all even. What y'all be doing? I need to find. I'm gonna play the songs out there.
That's all I got. Paradise.
Paradise is there, yeah. This one.
Yeah, every like all of his songs are like bumping back in middle school, high school.
Yeah.
It was like, it was like
He was like so young, so just started dancing. Yeah, look at
Go. Adlibs go. That's all they got going for them.
that's part of their songs. Just like da 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 da. Yeah. Yeah, like yeah, just makes you want to just do it. Like it's that way. This song is like 5 minutes.
Try to hide, you get a game. Go to strip club and get brain. So much money, they just raise. Got 100,000 in your face. Yeah, put 300 in your face. Her today, yeah.
That is my favorite part. Yeah, I don't know why. Because it's just like, I don't know. In high school, I used to always be like, yeah.
This is like what? 3 years?
Oh, no?
It came out 2017.
Yeah, that came out.
It was before that. Well, I started bumping it in year.
It wasn't before that.
I think it was like junior year.
That was it was junior or senior year.
I think this one was 20 years. That's like,
It was definitely not.
We're trying to think like what was the first time I heard it?
That's the first time I heard it.
Oh, it came out 2016.
2016? 15 seconds. Alrighty. And we're back again. What you got? What's the word?
Headache. Again, as far as I can I had the worst one of my life just the other night. I ain't had no damn motion, couldn't get me right. Shit, I be thinking rather deeply, flipping words until they bring me to the brink beat. As pressure got these tensions tight. I scroll L for these L's out of took. I might just write a book, but how my right got booked. I might just write a poem about apologies they owe us, but I'm stressing. I ain't even trying to. I might just write a poem about apologies they owe us, but I'm stressing. I ain't trying to have my mentions overlooked. So,
Okay.
there's 8 bars, no times. I'm disappointed in myself. I'm gonna go for 16 maybe. 5 minutes.
16, 5 minutes.
Come back. with it.
16,
Right.
16.
You gonna break
Yeah,
your
that was a
record?
bop. That was a bop.
The whole thing, bro. I don't even remember
You don't even know.
It was like 16 minutes too.
Yeah, it really
I
was.
listened to that whole joint,
Yo.
bro. I used to put that on work.
That was a bop.
Somehow Savage really that man, bro.
That was a bop. A 16-minute song in 2016, about 16 seconds.
He did 16 16s in the year 2016.
16, 16, and 2016.
Well, he did Yonkers. He did any beat, any. I hate him.
Yo.
You can't have all this clout, bro.
Right.
Nah, good for him though, bro. Give us some man, everybody. Yeah, you know what? I mean, everybody out there trying. That's what I'm saying. Jersey took it up a level for me, bro. Came out here, I see everybody doing their things and damn.
16 was the first song.
Where
That was when I found out.
I heard about him from my homie Crees. Yeah, I guess he used to live. I guess somebody used to live in the Poconos.
Really?
Yeah. And he did it. He has a track with my friend Crees. And pretty much all I heard. And then from there, I saw he went viral on that the All Day John.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure that's when I actually listened to him. When I actually listened to him. And then I think I bought a feature from him
Oh, word?
about 6 months after that. And then it was funny, 8 months after I bought the feature, we recorded the song and everything. I have it too, so I haven't released it. I released a poll and got a whole different brand, changed my name, different pictures, this and that. And that's when Jay Lissa actually found me.
Oh, yeah.
And he told Samad about Poll, and he checked out my stuff and asked me for a feature without even realizing that I was the same kid that just bought a feature from him 8 months ago.
Oh,
And I
wow.
was like, damn, that's really what I could do for you. You just release one song with a whole different feel, a whole different audience watching you now. And I was completely forgot who I was. It was funny.
That's crazy. So what are your plans for your music?
Actually, we have a song we're trying to release it in the next 2 weeks. It's actually a demo. I haven't done anything for 8 months now. A week before I'm about to release it again. We got a video coming for it too that we've been filming. I think we were supposed to do it today, but I have very poor planning skills. So we might do it tonight if we can squeeze it in. If not, we're gonna finish it tomorrow, all the filming.
Okay.
Editing should be done by next week, so we should have it out sometime in the next 2 weeks. I was shooting for April 1st, but I like to rush, so I should just know that that's not gonna happen now.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so definitely by the end of the first week of April, I'll have something new out, hopefully on all platforms. Video should be out. I don't really want to release it without a video. I feel like that doesn't do it justice, so probably gonna wait until you have it for sure, but it should definitely be in the next 2 weeks.
Okay.
And then once I start that, I don't really want to stop again. I feel like I not set myself back because it was definitely beneficial to take this last year off or so and get my stuff in order. But I mean, now it's kind of time to go. Not getting any younger,
Right.
and I kind of see what I want and just do it more. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like we've been trying to play it safe for so long that like the more we do it, the more I'm realizing that like we're never gonna get anywhere if we don't just start putting ourselves in these situations. So
Right.
we just gotta release and hopefully that's as long as we just do what's right. You know?
Yeah, I agree. Um, any advice you would give to any up and coming artists?
Don't stress. It's really all like if you stress, you're just gonna waste your time worrying about things you just have to take care of anyway. So like if you're not gonna address the issue, I wouldn't think about it. You know? Like there's no point in wasting time worrying about stuff that you could just put all the mental stuff behind and just get it done. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I feel like a lot of people waste their time just talking about the problem rather than just seeing it as a problem and taking care of it.
right. A lot of people don't want to deal with their own stuff.
Yeah, it's another thing too. Like with the writing, honestly, like I get like really bad writer's block for I don't even know how long, and then I'll stress and I'll be like, "Yo, like you really lost it. You wrote your last rap 2 weeks ago, and you haven't come up with anything yet. What are you doing?"
Yeah,
And I'll start stressing myself. And like a week, 2 weeks go by, I'll have a night where I can't sleep. And I wrote like 4 songs, and I'm just like, "Okay, it's cool. I'm gonna keep doing this," you know.
yeah,
So it's just like I just want to not really worry. I mean, it's different when you're worrying about like things that are in your face and you don't really have a choice but to think about it and get it over with. But like in terms of worrying about things that are out of your hands, say that no, it's not worth it. It's not gonna do anything to it.
yeah. I've been there. I'm still there. But
Everyone has some sort of like creative mind.
For sure.
yes,
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. People just like to like my boy Ruben. He's like the perfect example of it, but not even in that kind of sense. He'll start producing a beat. I love him. He's so funny. He'll start producing a beat, and like his whole mentality is on this whole other level. You know, it's like he's he wants to do like jazz and just all this other stuff. He kind of fell out of the whole hip hop league. The only time he like acknowledges hip hop is when I beg him to come to the studio and make me a beat or something because it's just that good. And he's gotten to this point where like he'll get on the keyboard and he'll get a loop. I'm like, all right, bro, let's just keep that loop. Let's add some drums and let's get a song. He's like, nah, bro, we need more than this. He'll start like playing these crazy progressions. I'm just like, bro, you gotta relax. We're not the Beatles. Like, we're still trying to make rap music. We don't sound cool anymore. We sound like dorks. So I'm just like, bro, you're just getting too complex for these kids. That's really what it is. I feel like he just wants to do he wants to make music that's just like on this level of like intricacy that no one has the appreciation for that they should, you know what I mean?
yeah.
So I always have to like simplify what he does
Mhm.
and then make it like more like what I'm looking for. You
Okay.
know what I mean? But yeah, he'll sit there, we'll start a beat and won't do anything to it for like 45 minutes. Just because we'll sit there for like however long trying to think of more stuff to add to it when really it's just like, let's just get it done. You know what I mean? We're thinking way too deep into this. Let's just do it, you know?
So where can people follow your work?
I would just say my Instagram, Twitter. It's all rapper real good, like the words, 3 words put together. I feel like it's easier to find, real words as you're at, you know what I mean? So do that. And, yeah, other than that, I don't really have. I mean, SoundCloud. I forget what you call it, as Mari, but I'm sure you have to put a track to find me because I'm not that known.
Mhm.
I mean, even if you search rapper real good on SoundCloud, I'm sure it'll still come up. But I don't really have anything out right now that I want people to listen to.
Okay.
Not until we get this video shot and posted in the next 2 weeks or so. That's when I plan on really going loud, if that makes sense.
Mhm.
But I have my SoundCloud, like 10 tracks on it or so, seven. But that's about it. And I don't really take too much pride in those tracks. They were just like in my closet, in my house, my stupid USB microphone.
You always start somewhere.
Yeah, we did, but it's time to move on.
Yeah. So one last thing I want to do is allow you to, showcase a piece.
Well, is there anything?
Yes.
Just trying to think of what's gonna be easiest to either censor or just not have to censor at all. Alright, I wrote this like probably up for like a day and a half. So my mind was like really loopy. I noticed that when I get tired, my head like it's really weird. Like I start hearing people, it's like it's just strange. But I write really well, so I'm gonna use this. Now I ain't master mind, body, soul, but when I do it's to the dawn before you. I don't watch the sun come up and it's off in there. I done tried to open doors and now they off the hinges. I'm waiting for a beat that's never dropping. Harder falls, hopes, tall slopes, narrow down my eyelid. Colored false hopes, tall slopes, narrow down my options. I want all smoke, dark smoke, narrow down my eyelids. Sing a song that every father sings to ease his conscience. Pacing back and forth my honor, bringing forth my problems. My appetite is seeming hard for me to digest. I'm scatterbrained, a simple being with a half a name. I'm wild. But who am I if my words cannot bring violence? Who am I if I ain't preaching something I can embody? Now I ain't mastered mind, body, soul, but when I do, now I ain't mastered mind, body, soul, but best believe I got my soul crushed. I spread awareness to the scarcity of knowing us and seek a fairness, but not negligent to showing love. But that's what's given to see. And seek a fairness, but also I yearn for intimacy. And I can't let the fuck, and I can't starve my only last because they won't see me eat. I cannot let them bust their trash because they ain't use their feet. I cannot let them all laugh because they ain't know what's me. I ain't master mind, body, soul, but when I do it's to the dawn for you. I don't watch the sun come up and it's all familiar. I done tried to open doors and they off their hinges. I'm waiting for a beat that's never dropping. Color false, hope, tall slope, narrow down my option. I want all smoke, dark smoke, narrow down my eyelid. Sing a song that every father sings to ease his conscience. Pacing back and forth my honor, bringing forth my fathers. That's it.
Sounds good.
I wish I didn't mess up.
No, it's okay, but you could have gone. That's all that matters. That was good, though. I mean, my thoughts.
We got my dad. I wonder if he's still here. Hi, Dad.
But today was definitely nice. Did you
Yeah,
have a
no,
good
it was
time?
fun. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I don't get nervous when it comes to performing.
Mhm.
I was very nervous coming here.
Why?
Because just talking to people is different. It's completely different. I've adapted to the whole performance. I mean, I'm trying to get on stage one day and be like, but I mean, like right now, this is the closest to that.
Aw, okay. But I hope like in the near future or whatever, like you want to come back.
I don't know, of course, definitely. This one,
This is
this one. I won't be nervous next time.
That's good.
And I'll get myself in the mindset of not cursing for like a week before I come here.
Oh, that's good.
All the homies will be like, oh, no, chill. I'm not talking as much.
You gotta teach yourself since your body.
You need to speak with the animals. That's my man, bro. He's a clown,
Again, I'm Rain Russell, and this is WBCR Brooklyn College Radio. I hope you all have a blessed day, and you're out.
Bye.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'm still getting used to this new era.
Right? I was like,
I was trying to kid. Hey.
Save it.
huh?
Save it.
Yeah, save it and then share it.
I don't know. She's there the first time. That was fun, man.
Word.
I'm on my way.
This one, how does it go?
Get off lives, like all times, 6 and 7:20. Have no lives anyway.
You got a
It's
phone.
Like 2 phones, tablets, computer.
She said here on her phone.
yeah. Save it, share it.